Welcome to Mighty Success Blueprint. I'm really excited that you're watching this video on such a beautiful day wherever you are. I hope you're winning and I hope you're doing really great. My name is Nicholas Mighty, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about how you should work on your goals, right? And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe right now. On this channel I produce great content on how you can get more out of your life. Whatever stage you're at, there is more, but how do you move? So that's what I share on this channel, right? And of course, I talk to you also about how you can build a digital business. I'm talking about a viral business. So back to your goals. So how should you work on your goals, right? And if you've noticed, I've got some scars on my face. So that's because I'm undergoing a little bit of medication. So I prefer not to have the plasters. So this is not the point of the video. The video is what I'm going to talk to you about, right? So I just had to mention that just in case you're wondering, Anyways, so how should you work on your goals, right? So this is pretty serious information. Very, very serious. Take it seriously and do something with it, right? And don't forget, if you haven't really been introduced to goal setting before, head over to www.kingmighty.com and you will be able to download a copy of the 7-step goal setting guide. It's on the homepage. It's free. You don't have to enter any information. And that could be the greatest gift that I could ever give to you, right? So goal setting is pretty important. But once you've set your goals, right? So there are a few things that stand in the middle of you and the achievement, right? The ideas will come, but if you do nothing about them, then things may not produce themselves, right? So what I would say, and I have one answer, how should you work on your goals? I will tell you, this is my answer for that question, right? Work on your goals like you have a gun to your head. Now, I know that doesn't sound fancy, but hey, listen to this. Work on your goals like you have a gun to your head, right? So that's very serious, and I mean it, right? Very important. When you have a gun to your head, you don't have options, right? You either win or you win. And what am I talking about here? I'm not talking about having options in strategy. I'm talking about, winning. You either win or you win, right? So you might change strategy, but it doesn't matter. You don't put options to it. Don't say, well, I started this business and if things don't work out, then I will try something else. No, 1,000 times no. You can achieve anything you set your mind to, right? And so that's the manner or the way in which you could actually work on your goals. It's pretty simple, straightforward. Push yourself beyond your limits, right? And I know that there is something called flow and being in a flow state and all of these kind of things. I'll tell you what, when you're getting started, things may not seem to be in the flow. And if you wait for flow, what if flow doesn't appear, right? And if by the time you figure out, so there is a stage for that. But if you're getting started, or if you're at a stage where you're putting in, new stuff or rearranging things, then you gotta work on yourself, work on your goals, do everything you can. And by that I mean you may never feel like it some days. You will not feel like doing the necessary things that are meant to get you to produce the work or to put in the work that you're supposed to do, right? So for example, ideally you should have some type of exercise, right? Because that helps you, whether it's breathing exercises or it's going out jogging, you should at least break a sweat, right? Because that helps you. You've heard of motion creates emotion. That really helps you, whether you're having a walk. That helps you to build energy, right? Because energy is something that you need, right? So think about it. If I created this video with no energy and I'm just talking and I'm just saying some things, you probably wouldn't be here, right? But I'm saying what I'm saying because I've got the conviction, but I've also got the energy to speak about it, and you can feel the energy wherever you are, right? It's something that I can transmit to you, right? So those are some of the things that are necessary for me to do in order to get to where I want to get, right? So for example, doing some exercise, maybe meditation, let's say praying, whatever it is, right? So it's very, very important. So it's very important that you work on your goals regardless of how you feel. Do what you have to do. Build strategy. And if you disrupt comfort, right? So one of the greatest enemies that you might have is the comfort zone. Very, very, very important. Very important. Not that the comfort zone is deadly. It will kill almost everything, right? So what am I trying to say here? I'm not trying to say, well, you won't be comfortable. No. It's nice to have a nice house. It's nice to have a beautiful house and, working from home and all those kind of things. But don't abuse the freedom that you have when you're doing those things. Sometimes freedom comes, and as human beings, we just abuse it, right? So somebody works from home and he says, well, I wake up when I want. Well, things don't work that way, right? So it's very important. Work on your goals like you've got a gun to your head. Don't have options. Don't put options, if things don't work out. And then the moment you start having options, then, things are really, really, really tending towards any side. They could choose any side, right? And remember that energy flows where you direct it. So it depends on where your options, because sometimes when you're working on something, the options will always seem to look better. They will seem to be much better. They will seem to be more juicy, right? So your energy may most of the time be drawn towards the other side without you noticing, right? So it's very important. So if you haven't come across goal setting, I encourage you to set your goals even today. Go to my website or check the link in the description and download the goal setting guide. It will help you. And if you've set goals, how should you work on them? Very, very important. Work on them like you have a gun to your head. And now I've created a challenge which should be out on the 23rd, right? So if you're watching this video before the 23rd, the challenge may not be out. It's a challenge that's to help you get through the process of doing, right? Get through and build the habit of doing things, right? So for example, you get started and the energy seems to, it's a 30-day challenge. So it will help you to master the habit of doing, to increase productivity, and to also overcome the fear of doing new things, right? So thank you very much. And I hope you got some stuff from this video. Remember, action is everything, right? So if you've heard the words that I've said and, they made a difference, leave me a comment in the description. Next action is, going about your goals with a new mindset and with no options, right? So thank you very much and see you.